everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have some fun DIYs and hacks for you today. Some of these things just needed a little bit of spray paint to spruce them up, to give them a different look than just the dollar store generic look that they came with. And I have some fun dupes here. So I have a Pottery Barn dupe, something that the DIY was something original I came up with that I couldn't wait to share with you guys. And of course I have items from the Dollar Tree, and some of them are from Walmart. So I hope that you love these as much as I do, and make sure to do all the fun YouTube things where you subscribe if you haven't already, like, comment, and share. Definitely the comments really help my channel grow. They really help get my name out there so that other people are excited to come watch my videos too. So if you love them, make sure that you put comments down below so that other people can love them too. So with that being said, let's get on to the DIYs. So here we have this Ghosty with the Mosty from the Dollar Tree. This DIY I saw on TikTok, and as much as I've tried to find the original creator of this, I just cannot. So this is so cool that, I know that a lot of you don't see other videos or other social media posts or people doing this. So I wanted to make sure to go ahead and share it with you here. So what you're going to need is one of their little ghosties, and you're going to need a paper towel holder. That's it. It's that easy. I cannot wait for you to see how cool this turns out. And just how easy it is to do. So, if you've seen any of the Pottery Barn Halloween stuff, they have one that is Gus the Ghost, and everybody has, recreated him in some way, shape, or form. And, these little ghost figurines, or the little, you can use Mod Podge and cheesecloth, which I still plan on doing. But this is just so easy, and it's not messy. That's the best part, because the Mod Podge and the cheesecloth is super messy. And so I definitely love this easy DIY here. It's a DIY, more of like a hack, because you just taking one thing, putting it onto another, and calling it the same thing. So what I'm doing here is I'm putting the little insert that's underneath the sheet. I poked a little hole in it with a utility knife, and then I put it on top of the paper towel holder here. So now that you see him, he's just a blank little skeleton for us to work with. And so I'm going to take that regular, where the eyes and the mouth were on him before, and I'm placing that towards the back there. And then I'm just draping my little ghosty cloth over the frame there, and that is as hard as it gets. So these are just some felt little eyeballs that I am gluing here to our ghosty, and just make sure you get them on where you want them. The nice thing about the hot glue is if you catch it right away, you could just pull it off and reposition it. And as you can tell, my eyes are a little wonky, but that's okay, because this is not a contest to make the perfect ghost eyes. I just wanted to get them on there. And then what's really cool is that the arms that are underneath there are bendable. So you can bend them in any which way that you want. And so if you want to just leave it like this, you can. So what I decided to do is push his little arms together and make a little pocket out of the fabric there on top, and I'm just going to plunk a little pumpkin in his arms. So he is Gus the Ghost holding a little pumpkin, and I think he is so cute. And the pumpkin also came from the Dollar Tree. It was on a 3-piece pick, and that's it. It was that simple, that fun, two pieces of something to make the magic happen. So this right here is a little bat from the Dollar Tree, and as you can see, it is very metallic-y. Yeah, not my vibe in the bat department. So I am going to undress him and take all of this glitter garland off of him, and he has his little wings pop out, which was really beneficial and nice. And then everything else just pulls off. It's just lightly tacked on with some glue to hold it down. So once we get them all naked, we are going to go ahead and take some yarn. You could do twine. I've seen people do projects similar to this where they use twine to get outside. There is my coffee because, Halloween DIYs aren't any good unless you have your spooky cup and your coffee in it. So these are just um, battery powered lights from Amazon. If I remember, I will link them in the description below. But I got a big pack of these, and I want to say they were like 15 bucks. It wasn't very much, and there's like 9 packages in there. And it's with a remote. So um, in my house, everything is battery powered, and the remote makes my life so much easier that I don't have to go to each candle or go to each project and, have to flip a switch or, anything like that. So I am just going to weave the lights onto my bat here. So, what was cool is that when I first started doing it, I was like, okay, how exactly am I going to make this happen so that they stay just right? And then I remembered that um, that little piece right there pops out. And so what I did is I kind of, that flat part where the lights haven't quite started yet, I secured it underneath there just by putting this little plastic piece down, and then I snapped it back on, which worked out really well because then I didn't have to worry about my lights moving around and that they would stay where I want them to go. Um, these are the kind that are the wire is real bendable, which is also a really nice aspect to them. And so just play around with it till you get it the way that you want it. It just took me a second to figure out how I was going to get this to do. So I ran it up one side there, and then it came out the tip of one of the wings. And so now that I have it secured, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it all the way around my little bat friend here. And yes, so I'm going to wrap it. So, like I was saying, I've seen other people use jute twine on this and then take it outside and spray paint it black. Or if you can find black twine, that would be even easier. So, there is tons of stores that sell stuff like this, virtually the same thing. It's a bat with some string around it and some lights, and they charge you like, $30, $40 for something. But here we are making it for a fraction of the cost. So the bat came from the Dollar Tree, it was $1.25. The yarn also came from the Dollar Tree, it was $1.25. And then the lights, I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head exactly how much the one of these is going to be, but I want to say it's just a couple of bucks. So, well, let's just say for under $6, we have a really cute light up bat to put on our wall. So I am just going to start the 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 it's not weaving, it's the wrapping, starting the wrapping, and I'm just going to drop a little hot glue on the end there so that I am sure that it's not going to come unraveled anywhere. And then any little piece that's kind of like sticking up like that, I'm just going to go ahead and either trim it off or tuck it under the rest of the string there. A little hot glue to get it started always is a good way to go because then you know that your initial ribbon is going to sit. So we're going to go ahead and wrap all of our bat in this black black yarn here. So it did take me about one full package of the yarn to do this. So what you see me starting with is like, I had used some of it on a project. So I just grabbed a little bit extra from the other one that I had shown. And so I would say I used the entire package of the ribbon. I can't remember what the actual name is. I know it's something, starts with an S. But anyway, so uh, on with the wrapping. So we wrap our ghost. I wrapped both sides of the wings, starting each wing off exactly the same, and then I just ended by tucking the ribbon through, not the ribbon, the yarn into the back side of the bat here. And so because it had the garland on it, it has those little those little tabs around the ears. And so I just end up clipping them all off, and I'm going to each individually wrap each ear here, so that I wanted to make sure that I got, the way that I wrapped it was going to really be able to tell that it was the ear, like not just some ball of yarn that, we had going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and clip them all off. I think I did keep the bottom one to give me a starting point here, but just these come off super easy. So I have um, wire cutters, just always at the ready, but a pair of scissors would have worked just fine. And then make sure that if you have already wrapped your bat at this point, that you do not cut the wire, because then you will have lost your lights. So I just pulled it off of the thing and then just tucked it down a little bit. So you can see where where the lights are shining through the black yarn. And I just kind of pulled them out a little after I wrapped them, so that they came through so that you can see it. So it's not super bright in the end. So the jute twine would have been a better option so that you get more light. But I was also really worried about the jute twine showing the frame more, which I didn't really want, because, it is just a janky plastic frame, and I wanted to make sure to cover it all up. But I know that some of you friends here have expressed your love for bats. So I definitely, when I was in the store, saw the bat and knew that I had to give it a makeover, so that it wasn't just, a dollar store cartoony bat, but that we made it super spooky and cute to hang up with your Halloween decor. Or I have plenty of friends that just love it just the way it is and leave it up all year round. So here it is, super cute. I love it. I hope that you do too. So this right here is those basic lanterns from the Dollar Tree, which, I think those are pretty cool. $1.25 for the size that it is pretty cool. So I love it because I love the spooky branches and the bats and the little gravestone in the corner, but I'm thinking the skeleton is looking not so awesome. I don't know. If you love him, that's on you. I didn't like him, so I wanted to go ahead and cut him out just to kind of customize this a little bit. Now, I had seen DIY Kareem cut hers out, and I don't know exactly what she did with the lanterns after, because I literally saw her cut this out and was like, oh my gosh, what a great idea, because I just didn't like that part, and I was going to leave it in anyways. So I'm going to link her channel below, because she is pretty cool and she does some amazing crafts. So the cutting the skeleton out is not my original idea, but I just that's the only thing that I used. I literally stopped watching the video at that point, because I was so excited and I knew that I had these in my stash of Halloween stuff. And so I was just going to play with it and figure it out from that point on. So I have I cut all four of them out. So I have two lanterns, so I cut out 8 little skeletons, and I just left the spooky trees and the bats, and that is it. As simple as that. So now, of course, I'm going to paint these. So I started off with this lime green paint, and I originally was going to do something else, and then it morphs on from here, and I'm going to do them. Both of them are going to be different, because I wanted to show you 2 different ways to do your lanterns. So I know that I'm a little extra with some of my DIYs, and I take them a lot farther than most people will go. So the second one is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, and this one is going to have a lot more detail and effort put into it, just because I'm extra like that. So I'm just going to go ahead, and I left this part in even though I end up covering it up in the long run, but it's so cute because I thought about doing, my hot glue drips here, or just along the bottom where the candle is. So I did just the candle that come in the bottom. They just pop out super easy. That it was so nice to just pop it out as easily as it did. And so I am just now I'm going to do some silver on the top here. And, like I've said before in my videos, that I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. I knew that I wanted this one to be different. I just didn't quite know what I was going to do with it. So I just grabbed some colors that I want to use and I just work on it from there. So you're seeing me like think about it, go slow, add them up, do some more colors, do some more layers, because you know about me and my layers and texture. That is my thing. I love it. So I am just painting the top here silver, and then we're gonna go from there. So this is my brand new bottle of black ink paint by Waverly, and I did get it at Walmart. I went this day that I recorded this part of the video, and I needed to get another black chalk paint because I was out. Like I was literally scraping the bottom of my bottle, and I was pleasantly surprised when I went to my Walmart that they had the Waverly paint back because it just is for the price. You can't beat it. You literally just can't beat it. It's so good. And so I am just at this point I'm dry brushing the black over the silver because I don't want it to be. I mean, it's not spooky if it's just a super shiny silver. So we got to bring it down some, and then I'm going to um, paint the rest of the top here. So a little dry brushing. So it just means I put a little bit of paint on my brush. I dab it on the napkin like you saw me do there. And then I just brush it on lightly. So we don't want a solid coat when we're dry brushing. We just want to put a little bit of paint on there to give some more dimension to the project that we're working on. So I went back over some of the green with the black paint because now that I had put the silvery top, I wasn't really digging the way that I had put the green. So I cover it and then I dry brush green over the top. So now we have the silver, then we have the black dry brushed, and then, but I was still determined to use this green color just because, I don't know, this green color screams Halloween to me. So I wanted to make sure that this lantern had some of the green in it that gives it that beautiful patina that I think that all of this stuff that, so, we're trying to make it look metal, not plastic. And so, that's the look I was going for here. So as you can see, it's just a lot of different layers, me thinking it out as I go. And this is the fun part for you guys, is that this is just inspiration to know that if you love those lanterns just the way they are, then you go for it. But if you look at the lanterns and you're like, those are cute, but it could be something more, just know that a little paint goes a long way. So at this point, I decided that I wanted to highlight the little gravestones on the bottom left corner there. And so I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of this silver acrylic paint to the little headstones there just to make them stand out just a little bit more. It's just the little bit of highlighting that I felt that it needed, and I went ahead and I did that on all four sides. And so I love that, like, when you add a little bit of highlights to something, that it takes something that was completely, like, you just really couldn't see it that well, and now all of a sudden it pops right out of the lantern and it, makes a statement all on its own. So now that we have that done, I'm going to add moss because, if you haven't figured out by now, your girl loves moss all day, every day. It belongs on everything. So I'm just going to take two different colored mosses, types of moss here, and I'm going to add it to my lantern. So this is the reindeer moss, and then I also have Spanish moss. So the Spanish moss is the brown, more brittly looking moss, and then the reindeer moss is this beautiful, like lush green moss that I just absolutely love. So I'm going to go ahead and put moss all over the lantern, um, in different places, and I just play with it until my eyes are truly happy with all the places that the moss is sitting. So here you can see that the two different colors of moss really just take the project to a different level. You know, it gives it dimension and texture. You know how I love dimension and texture. And so, you know, pretty much anywhere where I had covered it in the green originally, because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for some kind of highlight, some kind of design around the corners of my little lantern here. And that's how I ended up doing it. And I just think it came out so, so cute. There was a few little leaves in some of my moss, and I just went with it and threw them on there too. So I think that is super cute. It's definitely messy, but it's worth it in the long run. And then I decided that I wanted to throw a little bit of moss across the top there. And already I think that this little lantern has been elevated from just a dollar store plastic lantern to something a lot cooler to look at just by adding a little bit of paint and some moss and your imagination, and I just think it's so cute. So this right here is the candle that goes into the bottom of the lantern. So here I'm just adding some black paint to the little candle that goes into the bottom of the lantern. You can add hot glue to this. You know how I love adding hot glue around it to make it look like it's dripping. I didn't do it in this particular project, but you can do whatever makes your little heart happy. And I also thought about putting some moss around the inside as well, but I didn't do that either. And but you do whatever makes you happy. And then this is the other one. All I did was paint it silver and dry brush it with black and give it more of a pewter natural look. So this DIY right here is my Pottery Barn hack. Do you know that they sell their black metallic pumpkins for like $50? Ridiculous. So these are from Walmart. They're just plastic pumpkins, and I'm just going to cut out the mouth, the nose, and the eyes with my utility knife. Now be safe and careful when you do this because it slides through like butter, and you do not want to catch a finger on that blade. So this is it after I took it out, and it didn't take very long at all. And then this is Krylon metallic gold paint here, and so I took it outside and I sprayed the inside of my pumpkins with the gold paint, which is more of like an antique gold, which I absolutely adore. The Pottery Barn ones are like a way brighter gold, but for my jam, it's this. This is my color. So I just put tape on the inside. Actually, used transfer tape for my Cricut vinyl. Put it on the inside to cover up the eyes and the holes, and then I painted the outside with Rust-Oleum Ultra Matte black paint. And this is my lanterns, my little jack-o'-lanterns. They came out so cute. You cannot in any way, shape, or form tell that these are plastic. I can't wait for you guys to do it too. So we made $50 pumpkins for like $6. Super cheap, lots of fun, and they're going to look so cute outside with my Halloween decor. So this project right here is my OG original project, made it myself, haven't seen anybody else do it. I'm using a paper towel holder from the Dollar Tree. I'm using one of the little skeleton arms from their like salad tong set that came in black this year, guys. Came in black, didn't even have to spray paint it. And I am just going to trace the bottom of my paper towel holder here. So if you were wondering what I was going to do with my lanterns, now you're going to see what I'm going to do with them. So I am just taking the cardboard here and cutting the circle out so that I can have a base to adhere, of course, more moss to, because, you know, mossy. I just love it. So I just went ahead and cut a slit in it and then slid it right over or right through the paper towel holder. And then I am using hot glue here to glue this on. My better suggestion is E6000 or super glue because it is a much stronger, long-lasting hold. For me, it's time. I don't have a lot of time to sit around and wait for projects to dry, for glue to dry, for paint to dry, all that stuff. So this is me cutting a corner, although it's been hanging up for a day and a half now, and I haven't had any issues whatsoever. And but if you're going to store this and save this, you definitely want a much stronger glue to be able to hold all this on it here. So now that I have that glued on, I'm just going to hold it on. So that's my suggestion with the hot glue. If you're going to do hot glue, is to really let it dry on there before you remove the pressure. And it just stayed on so good after I held it down for a couple seconds. So this is that chain from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to weave every other link onto the metal bar here where the paper towel roll would go. Um, I definitely wanted to give this a cooler, spookier look, so I am just using my chain in a way that I haven't seen done before, but I thought was super cool. So if you haven't figured out by now, we're making a lantern holder out of this um, paper towel holder. So a little bit of spookiness and a little bit of creativity, and I came up with this for you guys. So I just snapped the bottom of that salad tong off, and then which the problem is that the bottom of it was like had a it was a thicker space in the bottom, so it wasn't going to slide through my links. So I had to snap off the bottom to get to the thinner part of the little arm there. But it's just as sturdy and holds on just as well. So I just got some zip ties, found a couple spots through the links and through the metal there that really secured that little hand in place. So there it is, right on the edge there. I do go back and add one more zip tie, and I just kind of like weaved it through the previous zip tie. I know it's really hard to tell because I was running out of daylight when I was doing this video, and I really wanted to finish it because I was super excited because it literally came to my head at the last part of my day yesterday. So now that we have that all attached, we're going to go ahead and add our moss to the bottom. So this is going to look so cute with our mossed out lantern and um, hanging from the wall, wherever you're going to put it. And I think I might put this one in my bathroom because I do like to spook out my bathroom as well for Halloween. My husband actually told me a couple weeks back that I should make the bathroom like my permanent Halloween decoration because I don't know if you've seen that TikTok where it's a little girl and she says Halloween's in her soul. That's me. Fun, spooky Halloween, but it's in my soul. I just love it. I love the imagination. I love the fun. I love the darkness of it. I just love everything about Halloween, except for the scary stuff, because I'm just not into the scary Halloween. We do fun, we do whimsical, we do slightly spooky Halloween, but I do love a good Halloween. So I've always wanted to transform my bathroom into like a haunted mansion theme, but my daughter, that's pretty much her bathroom, and she's not into it. So to save face and not have an argument over whether we're going to have the Haunted Mansion in the bathroom, I just leave a beach theme and call it good. But in Halloween, it is no holds barred, and I do decorate the bathroom. So I think I'm going to hang this in there. It'll be a cute little addition while you're getting ready in the morning to see the little lantern hanging from the little skeleton hand. So I just put a bunch of different layers of the moss there because I really wanted it to look like it was, coming out of the side of a tree or, you know, that's the natural part that I was going for here. And I just and I even like compacted it around the edge of my cardboard so that if you were looking at it from the side, that you couldn't see the cardboard. And the metal part underneath makes it so easy to hang. I literally put a screw in the wall and just left the width open just enough for the ring to hang, and this is it. Tell me what you think, you guys. Is it not so cute? I just love it. So this is how I have it displayed so that you can see it. But here is our little mossy lantern and our mossy little arm holding our thing. I've seen lots of other people do other different kinds of ways to do this, but this is my original idea that I was so excited to share. I just threw on a skull on the top there to give it a little bit more spookiness, and that is it. So I wanted to show you both with the pewter lantern and our mossy one. Either one of them looks super adorable. Thank you guys for being here. That wraps up our video for today, and I am just so excited to get messages and comments from you guys about making the things that I have shared with you today. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.